Hi, I'm Jonathan Banks, Executive Automotive Analyst at NADA Used Car Guide, with this month's industry update. Just when we all began to get accustomed to increases on used vehicle prices, June wholesale prices experienced the third consecutive month of declines. This, however, should not be viewed as negative, because the declines are more in line with NADA's seasonal forecasts. But the quick decline in gasoline prices over the past 2 months, which are great for consumers, put significant downward pressure on compact car and mid-sized car prices. And as a result, prices on these models dropped about 3.5% in June. This is on top of a similar 3% decline in May. The decline in prices for these high-volume segments is even more disconcerting when comparing year-over-year performance. This is also not surprising, since used prices remained elevated into July of last year because of strong used vehicle demand stemming from Japan's natural disasters. The negative comparisons therefore are exaggerated and will continue to suggest bad news until August, which is when used prices took a dive in 2011. As we move into July, NADA expects to see the usual softening of demand for used cars, creating another month of seasonal drops. These drops are expected to be slightly higher than normal, driven by more uncertainty. The expiring Bush-era tax cuts, reductions in government spending, Europe's financial troubles, and slower growth in other global economies create the likelihood that employment and consumer confidence will remain under pressure in the near term. Another factor NADA is keeping our eyes on is incentives. Average incentive spending is moderate by historical terms, but there are some aggressive new vehicle incentive programs to both consumers and dealers that lower new vehicle prices. Low lease payments, stair-step incentives, and other push-based incentive strategies not only put pressure on new vehicle margins, these programs also push down used vehicle prices, especially on 1 to 3-year-old models. The risk of a more widespread use of incentives in order to maintain the new vehicle sales pace in an environment of declining consumer confidence is something that needs to be monitored when forecasting used vehicle prices. Keeping in mind the current direction of the economy and the clouds looming on the horizon, the potential for future cuts to NADA's forecasts appear greater than the likelihood of upward revisions. That being said, NADA is confident that strong fundamentals of supply and demand and the investments in dealer intelligence and focus on the used business will keep used prices from going into a free fall. In fact, when all is said and done, NADA still expects 2012 used prices on an annualized basis to be flat to slightly higher than prices in 2011. For a more detailed analysis, please download NADA guidelines at nada.com/B2B. Thank you.